Buongiorno, friends. Hi. Welcome back to another edition of Crooked Crowns, Board Games Reviews and Playthrough. Today we are reviewing Viticulture Essential Edition, where you find yourself in a rustic, pre-modern Tuscany, where you're having headed a meager vineyard, and you own a few plots, a few workers, and a dream to become the best vineyard in Tuscany.
But I'm paying for the wine.
Buonasera. Let's see how it turns out. Subscribe to our channel. Always. Salute. Benvenute, friends. Benvenute. Alright, we're ready to set up now. Expansion. It has 3 modular expansions, specials, workshop, extended board, and structures. Benvenuti. Here, we're ready with our setup for Viticulture Essential Edition. Tuscany expansions later on in another playthrough. But right now we have our vineyard set up, plates ready, and we have our players map. We are ready. We each start with a token. We choose our color. Yeah. Kikiriki in Spanish. Kikiriki. That's how we do it in the island.
Okay, and I'm purple and you're blue.
Blue. We have our player mat set up. We have each our vineyard cards for the money for it. 5, 6, 7.
And this is similar to any
worker placement.
So you have a play, you have a draw, sell, give toward a gain, and build one. These are all in the summer.
Summer actions.
Okay, and then the blue are all in the
winter season.
Winter season, and then there's draw, play, makeup, and a couple different actions you can do there. There's a main section, and you've got 2 workers, a big grande. Worker and a little worker.
The grande worker is allowed to be placed in an action place that is already been occupied by somebody else.
Right, which is why these here, but we'll only be playing with the 2 first.
With the leftmost place for 2 players, correct?
Yes. And then there are 4 different types of cards. So just like any kind of I love these kinds of season ones because then you can tell how they work through, and then I feel like, because you know how I feel about like long games, and this is kind of a long game. So you have spring, summer, fall, and winter.
No, this is the grape cards.
Oh, sorry.
Visitor card, the wine order cards, and the visitor cards. But we do have the seasons here: spring, summer, fall, and winter, and it's divided into summer season. The yellow, and then we have the winter seasons that we do, and then we play for the year completely, basically. Great solo play with automa cards that is able to play different scenarios and campaigns and things like that.
Oh, but there's grapes.
That's the first player token. Let's see who wins that. Cheers to the first player token. In Tuscany, we drink in regular glasses, not from goblets. That's how we do it in real Europe. All right, so.
They're gonna be purple by the time.
I know, we're finished. Pick up a player card, and that will be whoever has the first player token.
It's always you.
Blue, so I go first. So I'm the first. So I win the first player token. So that means that I get to choose at what time my players are supposed to wake up.
So there is a time clock, and then what basically this means is you get to call whether you want to draw a green card, a purple card, a +1. I'm really not sure about.
That's about money. That's 1 lira.
Okay, or you get to play a yellow or pick up a yellow or blue card. You get a what is this name?
Victory point.
Victory point. Oh, I can just put it on here and just go up one?
Correct.
Nice.
And the game plays up to the first player that goes to 20 victory points, and that's the last year that's to play, and then we add up the victory points. So I go first, review the Mamas and Papas card, because that will be how we're going to start the resources for the Mama card.
Oh, look at the locket. I have Torioro, I believe, and she has...
Peruggio.
2 workers, and mine has 2 green and a purple. Yours has 1 green and 2 purples. Oh, we're like the opposite. Oh no, mine's blue and yours are purple.
So I put 2 workers here in my replacement. What you got? And it gives me 2 wine order
Oh,
cards
wait,
to
we
fill.
need Papa card too, don't we?
Yeah, first we fill up the mama card and then we do the papa card.
Oh, okay.
So,
mine
second
get
player?
2.
Green.
Mine get 2 green and 1 purple. 2 green and 1 purple.
Okay, papa card first for me. First player. And you pick yours again. I'm the first player. Okay. Alright, so now Papa Josh. Oh my. Yes, so you're the bank, so can you give me 3 liras, please?
And look at the coins we have. Legal money.
Yeah, that's
It's
good.
like
The
real, like,
extension. That comes with the deluxe edition. Look at that.
it is amazing. Okay, so
3.
you get 3. They're like, oh, real pennies that
Yeah.
coming out.
Real liras. Okay, so I got that in. And I get also a grande man. A grande. This is my foreman. Okay. And I get to choose between having a medium cellar or 4 liter. The medium cellar gives me the ability to be able to build better wine. So I'm taking the medium cellar.
Hang on, my hat is like blocking the sun.
Papa
My
Matthew,
Papa
what does Papa
Matthew?
give you?
Gives me 1.
1 liter.
Okay. Oh, I didn't get a very good vineyard, man. One.
It's a meager vineyard,
lonely
really.
meager. Or
And a grande plate worker.
and a grande, the big guy.
And then you get a windmill
or
5 lira. Holy cow, the windmill.
I like windmills. Have you ever like seen the windmill?
I haven't seen a real windmill yet. I have seen the new windmills for energy, but I
Have
haven't
you
seen
seen
a
it?
real one yet, ever. That's one of the plans to go to
Really?
Europe. Yep.
There's like the old windmills, not like the new ones with the white that go around. and around.
the energy
like
ones.
the-
I never seen the old
But
ones
the
from
old
water.
ones,
Yeah,
the
no.
old ones, there's a lot of for windmills. I think I'm going to take a windmill instead of the 5 coins.
Like my
I'm-
Dulcinea.
That's
Don
worth 5
Don
coins.
Quixote's girlfriend, Dulcinea.
I think it's beautiful. So let me find my windmill. There's this cute little windmill like this that I will put here now on my board, correct? All right.
Right, Joyce and Laura. So so I'm first player. So I put the roosters here, and then I'm gonna be choosing to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning.
I don't really think that's what that means.
The time that I wanna wake up. Now is their turn.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Okay, well I'm not going near you. I have to go a little later. I'm gonna wake up a little later, obviously. On 5 where it says yellow or blue and I get to pick. What are the yellow ones again? The yellow ones, are giving me my workers.
Those
a
are
lot of
visitors.
times.
Those are specialized visitors that come and allow you to do things for special actions. All right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a yellow card.
You do the yellow card. You put it here. You take it on your turn. You ready to do it?
I'm sorry.
That's all right. You keep it there. All right. So now we're ready to do our action. So first player now, my turn. I draw a vine card. And we are in the summer, so it's time for me to place my first worker action. Let me see what I want to do first. I want to build a structure. So I want to build a trellis so I can be able to build some specialized plants. I put the
And
trellis
these
here.
go in my pocket?
No, they not. Unless you want to work my fields.
Okay, I guess they go to the bank then. Now I can take my yellow card.
Yes. Yellow or correct. They can
Thank
do
you.
that now.
My rule follower. I am going to take one of my little men and I want to play a card.
Architect.
Build
Okay.
a structure at 3, discount or gain a victory point for each forest structure I built. I haven't built anything. But it
So-
says build a structure at 3.
So you didn't even have to
A
play
discount.
that. You don't have even to play it there. Nah.
Well, I only have 1 coin because I'm broke like that.
So
Darn
you can build
Matthew.
anything. Yeah. So you
So-
can build anything for whatever, anything 4 or less, basically.
So it's this one.
The medium cellar. Yep.
So we do the medium cellar.
Going to plant a vine.
A vine or mini vines?
A vine.
That must take a long time for a vine. Do you think?
Yes.
Like,
And
do
I'm
you
gonna.
think that they plant like?
And
No,
because
seriously, do you think that they plant like a
multiple.
vine?
No.
Or you
like
think like
multiple
they
grapes, yeah.
they do like They go all the way down.
Yeah, look at the rows. One row can be of each
So is
different
that
vine.
a vine?
Yeah.
If they do, okay, so one vine is like multiple seeds though.
Yeah.
So how much do you think wine, how many bottles of wine do you think one vine does?
Well, it depends. You know, you gotta crush all the grapes, and when you crush all the grapes, the juice that comes out is what you're gonna ferment. So you.
And that's what we're basically doing, is we're gonna do our vineyard, and then we're gonna crush our grapes, and then we're gonna make our wine.
Yeah.
Time I went to a place where I crushed the grapes. You don't care.
No, I don't care. Tell me, baby.
I went to a place and I crushed grapes, but it was like a whole bucket.
With your foot?
Yeah.
You stand on it? All right.
Yeah, and it's weird.
How much was it? How much do you get out of that? How much
Okay,
money
so there were
were
this.
the grapes?
So the bucket was like this big, and then they had like this many grapes, and they squish it, and then a little spout is in the bucket, and it pours out, but it just kind of dribbles out. So it's like maybe a glass.
That's why I said it was a glass.
It is like it's not that much. Like it's like maybe
no,
this much wine.
That's why one barrel is so expensive. Cheers. That's why she's so I'm gonna do that.
Sorry.
Okay. Planted my peanut grape vine, and it has a trellis requirement, and that's what we build the trellis for. Okay, and it's worth one green, one red, and one white. So it's a very versatile grape. Versatile grape. Mm-hmm.
And we're still doing worker placement, so I need to put my little man somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put him here because then it would require me to put the big guy. I do want to plant, so I am going to take my big guy, and I'm going to go be like, hey, yo, I'm bigger than you.
Remember that you need to meet requirements for the cars. They need irrigation or a trellis. Make sure
oh,
first.
No! A trellis? It doesn't need a windmill.
And you build the cellar for the free car.
Okay, can't do that. Darn worker placement games. Where it requires you to do something before you do something else.
To get to do something else, correct. That's all about it. That's what the mechanic
darn
is.
It.
That goes here. That costs $3.
Okay, so now I need money on top of that. So now I need money to put this so I can put my I thought I could just buy a vineyard and be like, okay, let me like squish some grapes and then we'd be okay. Coins. So I do need money to buy the irrigation. The irrigation costs $3, so I can give a tour for $2.
This is your work, sorry.
Yes. Nobody's there, so I don't need to use it. So I'm gonna take $2 from the bank. I've got $2.
Also gain some money, so can I have? I'm gonna give a tour of my vineyard to some visitors.
Now you had to be the big dude to be like, yeah, no, I'm coming in, punk, and then I'm gonna like come in next to you.
Yeah, I'm going a tour of my vineyard too. So give me my 2 coins.
Now, can I put my big guy next to your big guy here to the third one?
Yeah, you can play. Anyone is occupied. Yeah, but you cannot do it already because you already placed one of your workers.
Oh, so I can only do one player there.
Yeah, it's when it's occupied by another player.
So the giveator is like, no, this is
but
my
remember,
turn.
this one also gives you money.
I know, but I'm just saying, like that one gives me 2. The gain one always is around.
Or you can sell a grape and then you
draw
can buy
a card. I can sell, but I can't sell yet. I can gain 1, which it's 1 coin. So those are my choices at this point because I can't go on the same one that I've already been on.
Well,
so,
you have the grande guy.
I know,
okay.
but I can't plant.
No.
Or I could plant.
My
big man and putting him on the draw and hoping that in what do you call this one? I call it spring, but what do you call it?
That's your vines. That's the vine. That shows your seeds that you're gonna plant. Those are the seeds that you plant. Those the summer actions. Now we're gonna go to the fall actions. Fall action, we draw it by turn. So you draw a visitor card for the fall. Now you draw a visitor card. But if you have, you don't have a cottage.
The blue?
The blue card, yeah. That's the winter visitor.
My Tuscan sleeves.
Yes. I know. I'm traveling over to things here. All right. So we were calling some people during the fall to see if they want to come and hang out and show us their expertise during the winter. So these are the winter visitor specialists. This is the residual bottles here. Now we're gonna go again for winter, and winter, the rooster first is here, the blue rooster, so we're gonna go to the other side and see what we can do.
Oh yeah, so we were at summer, right, the yellow, and now we're at the blue. That's where I get the seasons mixed up, because these are seasons, those are something different, but I still think of them as in order.
Harvest one field. Look out my grapes from the vine. I am harvesting my vine, and I'm putting it in my crush pads now.
I have to pay $4 to train one? That's a lot. Why do I have to pay so much to train somebody?
You need to find good workers to make our vineyard very good. Yeah. I am crushing my grapes because I don't have enough workers.
We need to go do that together.
Yes, that would be
It's so much fun with your squishy feet. It's like they squish in between your feet. I really want to buy my irrigation. I really need some water over in my end of town. My fields are dry. Yeah, they're so dry. Look at the sun.
And for the special grapes, some grapes are harder to maintain. You need more water. So go ahead and get your lira from the bank.
So guess how many I have now? Just as many as you, finally.
I am going to draw a field order. Yes, you can play the winter visitor, correct. No, it will be the blue card.
I can only play a blue card.
Correct, when you put down the actual place.
Fill anything, because that's filling an order, right? And I can't, I don't want to pay $4 to train. Make up to 2 wine tokens, make up to 2 wine.
That's when you want to crush, you go from crushing the grapes to making the wine, to aging the wine.
Okay, and I can't play anything, so now you took the 2 top things, baby. I either can draw or harvest.
Yeah, but there's nothing to harvest, so.
So I'm gonna take my little guy and just gain 1.
Oh, that's nice.
Alright, go ahead, next one.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a token.
I am going to put him behind you, and I'm going to get a purple card.
So we did our spring, summer, winter, fall and winter action, so now we gotta do our year-end action. So we age the grape and wine tokens, so they become more expensive.
How did you get so many wines?
Because I harvest this Pinot card that has 1 and 1.
Okay.
Then we retrieve our workers. We retrieve our workers back.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
sir. Thank you, sweet farmer.
I'm a winemaker.
Oh my gosh, with your accent, I would totally be into that. I'd be like, put me on that tour over there. Be like, and what would you say? Like,
this is the Sangiovese uva.
I would be
so
like,
let me follow you into the vineyard. Vino tinto. Everybody has residual payments. Everybody's in 1. So we have this card down to 7 cards, and that's the most play. You cannot have more than 7 cards in your hand.
I only have 4. I have 7 exactly. Thankfully, though, it is summertime.
Yeah, and now we rotate the first player here, and we take our roosters back. So you're first player now.
Okay.
And now in the spring, you get to choose who wakes up first. All right, so I'm gonna build a structure. So that's the point of going first. So I'm gonna pay 3 lira to have my irrigation.
You are gonna try to do your irrigation first?
Yeah, I need my irrigation too.
Okay. So you put a person, no, not on there either.
There. Good line.
Guy. And I'll put him on here. And I will build with 3.
Now that I have irrigation and trellis. I guess Chardonnays are hard vine to maintain.
Because there are 4.
Yeah.
Alright, you're always ahead of me.
That's the important part of that, the rooster.
Loud.
Do I take
So you took my irrigation and then you took my planting. So now what do I do?
A visitor card for the fall.
Giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, ma ci sento a tuo giro d'amore.
Make up 2 wine tokens. So I'm going to take 1 white and 1 red, and I'm going to combine them to make 1 4-value blush wine, rosé.
Cappello leggero galante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio d'onesto colore.
You can harvest 1 field. So I get a Chardonnay.
Quel cappello, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante.
Fill my order. For that you get 2 victory. You move two steps on the victory track. And then you move your residual payments to 1. So you can get money and everything like that. Okay, so that's the end of winter.
I have 10 cards in my hand.
That's the end of winter, so we're gonna age grape and wine tokens. Okay, so this goes away. Just it was paid for, so we put this on card, okay? And retrieve the workers. Collect residual payments. I have one later. Discard down to 7 cards. The first player card, guys, and we take our roosters.
Get a token.
Now, Summer, you go first. Oh, that's not you to your workers. Oh, you're not building? Okay, plant.
Why?
I want to be like you when I grow up, Heidi.
I knew that 2 turns ago.
Alright, your turn. I'm gonna build a windmill now. And like Quixote de la Mancha.
Can build. I will. I need the little guy. And I will build 1 structure. Build my trellis.
Okay. You pay how much for the trellis?
It.
A vine.
Are you sure that we can't go behind each other? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So now I have to go to these 2?
Yeah, because in the 2 players, you only use the leftmost action. In the 3 players, then
but
you
I
activate.
can't go next to myself? What if you don't go there?
Because it's only one action open from places.
Okay, so I have to go either behind you or an open one. I can't go next to you?
Yeah, that place doesn't exist, correct. You can only the grande, what it does, it trumps the other player's action. That's the good thing about it.
I'm going to play a card, and this one is a tour guide. And the tour guide is.
That's me.
It is not you.
No? Why do you want me to be the tour guide?
No, I'm still mad at you from like 2 turns ago that you were like, took my freaking idea, and then it took like 2 rounds for me to catch up. Okay. But anyway, so this one is a tour guide that says gain 4 coins or harvest 1 field.
Oh shoot, ahead of time? Nice.
So I can harvest my Merlot, and what does that mean exactly?
So it gives you, alright, so okay, so I am definitely then going to plant grapes. I use this grape in my 5 field, and I don't need that one, and that will give me 1 movement in the tracks point.
Okay.
And
I love
then,
you. I'm not really mad at you.
Alright, salute. Salute.
Salud.
We're going,
and we'll show you a couple more examples, maybe? What do you say?
That's fine.
Like a couple more examples, and
a
then
couple
we'll
more
show
years.
you a
A couple
review.
more years.
We are definitely going to show you who wins because he totally took my idea. You did take my idea.
Yes, I did.
And so we are now going to find out. We both have trellises. We both have irrigation. We both have the medium cellar. I have 3 at my red wine. You have
Five.
2 at your wine.
I have 4.
White?
I have 4. I have 5 in my
5?
I have 5 wine.
So you're a lot closer to being able to produce.
No, yeah, I'm able to produce it too. They're the same.
Yeah, and we
You
are
just-
very
you have to
close.
make
You
sure-
have a lot more vineyards now. You have a Pinot.
Sangiovese,
And a
You just have to
Chardonnay.
make sure that when you fill your order that you have the right. I mean, like for example, I'm gonna use this as an example. That you have enough wine to fill the order 5 red enough
You're
to.
wrong way.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Yes, but so you can see it. You should say
Oh.
5 red and 3 wine. Then you can play this card to get 4 points.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, no, and here, for example, I've got the 3 red, but this one I have the 3 red, but I don't have the other.
Fra guerrieri po furbacco, gran bustacchi stretto sacco, schioppo in spalla, sciabla a fianco, collo dritto, muso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor,
So I can't harvest,
poco cantante,
With the
but you can.
because you harvested that.
I know, but it's just really hard to tell which ones you've already done and which ones you haven't. You have 3 out here, and that you already had 3, and you continue to move them. So
I
it's
only
just really
harvested this field.
confusing.
This field was harvested last
It's
year.
hard to tell.
Remember-
I guess I just need to
I can only do it in the winter. So this one I was done last winter.
I know, it's just really confusing as to far as like the other player understanding when it was that you're doing it, or like if you just already did it, or you continue to do it. That's all.
non più avrai quella chioma, non più avrai quell'aria brillante, non più avrai Barcolonia
But then here, I don't, and then after that, I feel like I can't go any further.
Exactly, it doesn't age anymore. So you take.
And then I go from 9 to the 1.
No. You take it
No?
from there.
That is so confusing. Why wouldn't I go from 9 to the 1?
No, because that you don't have a wine. That 9 grape doesn't is more valuable than a 1 grape. So you move it from here.
Right. And then I go to
4
where?
here. 4.
4?
Yeah,
Nobody
because that
says
was
4.
the grape is 4. It moves from this value, from the same value to the same value. That's what it moves when you make the wine. When you put the place, when you do what exactly. So you move the harvest and you make this guy crush it, and then they take the juice and bring it to your cellar. And the cellar, I don't know, see where the cellar is. Exactly, they crush it there. See, look at the guys there crushing it, and then they take the juice and then they bring it here to the cellar. That it can turn into a better grape with aging. So this is all that gives you when it age.
Why does it have to be so complicated? Like there is a worker placement, okay? So now we have like our different things that are like, okay, we have our Merlot or our Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm. So you harvest
but
that.
then now,
So
okay,
each time you
and then we
harvest
put
that,
it
it's
down
gonna give you,
here.
yeah, exactly.
I get that.
Huh?
But now I have to remember, okay, wait a minute, first. I have to remember what you're harvesting, what I'm harvesting, and now I have to remember like, oh wait, that was the Chardonnay. Oh wait, that was the 4. So I get to skip over to the 4
There.
over here. But what if like I have like 5 vineyards going on, and now this one is now on the 5 here. And now I have to remember, like, okay, which vineyard I have to do. So now this goes over the 5 over here.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because it changes. When it goes here, you crush the water, you crush the grape, and you make it into juice. And now you're gonna bring it over here to age into white wine, red wine, blush, or champagne. That's all you gotta do. Doesn't matter where the wine came from, which field. You could have had the Chardonnay here in this field, and it didn't matter. You just harvest 2 different fields. The only thing that you put in here, because this is the more value one, is 7, and that was it basically. But the point I think it is like to find ways to score points, and you can do that. But well, I guess that doesn't play. But it's to build things that will give you victory points. You know, not to have the hardest way I think to build the victory points will be to make the wine, to fulfill the orders. I think, you know, I will.
Doing and what you're doing, it was just so hard because like now we have like multiple glasses. You have multiple, whatever you want to call these.
Glass tokens.
And now the glass tokens. And now I couldn't tell, like, could I go over here?
No,
could I
you
not
could,
go over
exactly, you
here?
go
Could I skip over there?
No, the only way to do that is you take the movement from here to here, to move it from the crush bed into here is to do this. To put the worker placement there. Harvest it into the crush grape and then from the
But why
crush
didn't
grape.
they just say crush the grapes? Or why didn't they just say like, okay, crush grapes
This is
time.
called the crush pads.
And they call that, but then make up to 2. What do I do?
Exactly. Then you don't have to
I
go
was
there to
thinking
that.
we had to go back and forth.
No.
I had to go all the way to 9.
No, 3.
And so, and a 3.
Yeah.
Let's pretend. Okay, so now make up to 2 wine tokens.
So
what does that mean?
4 wine to here.
I go to the crushing grape of 4 to the
4
wine
line,
of 4.
Yes.
Why don't they just say go to the
Store in the cellar. Store
storage?
in the cellar. Spoiled because of all the games that we have played that combine, you know, a lot of different mechanisms like worker placement and set collection, hand management, and it's open to a lot more actions that you can do. Victory points in as complete worker placement, I think, as Jorvik. Jorvik, you know, you were like, okay, you gotta play for, we gotta auction this card because I need that card so I can get my product, so I can do my thing. This one, I'll see how it works as a solo player before I can. We are playing the last year of Viticulture.
And you know what? We're totally going to disappoint you because we started it. It was a great worker placement. Yeah, it was a great worker placement to begin with. And you brought me into worker placement games with the Feast of Odin and with, what was the other one? Jorvik they were both very clean. They were amazing. This one started off and the wine maybe got us a little tipsy, although we're not finishing it.
What would you give it?
Even without the wine.
What would you give it?
I would give it a 4.
Yeah,
Even with the cameras off, we were trying to like figure out these coins here. The cute, they've got great, beautiful vineyards. They've got tokens. They've got pretty cards. But a couple games with worker placement, but I'm like, wait, did you cheat? Did you not? And you don't cheat. So I couldn't tell if you had harvested already, if you didn't harvest already. I couldn't like keep.
The first halfway playthroughs we did twice. It's like, you know, I could say that the theme is very exciting, very intriguing, very interesting to, you know, play our vineyard owner. That's excellent. I think the production value is very good, especially the coins, you know. Hello, real lira coins, you know. Great artwork, they're beautiful. They actually did every little building in the thing, just like our baby said. They put every building, you know, they just didn't put a board and put it in. The art and the cards were good. You know, I think some of the visitor cards, you know, basically were sometimes, you know, the bonuses were like, you know, can be very beneficial to one, and it can make the game, you know, swing big time, and that's, you know, that's a little bit of a thing.
And it is one of those things that it's like, I really want to be able to harvest wine and drink wine with you and be able to like pretend that we are in the vineyard, but it just didn't flow.
And this is the Essential Edition that is basically supposedly to address some of the complaints that they have for the first edition of Viticulture, and I guess it has some rules have been changed and adapted, and I understand that when you add the expansion, supposedly some of the other things, you know, makes the game, you know, even interesting for some people, you know, and other things. I think, you know, there's an automata to play solo, so I'll try that, and I'll give my impressions on that and see how it is. But right now, it's the way it is, you know, to play 2 persons and things like that, it's kind of.
It was just we give it like a, oh.
Didn't make it. Didn't do it for us. Didn't do it. Guys, subscribe to our channel and keep checking out for the new videos for the different themes for our couple cosplays, playthroughs, and reviews. So this was Viticulture. Until next time, buongiorno and buonasera.
What she said, maduncino d'amore.